Hello children, in this video we will continue the same story brought to book part 2. So in the part 1 we have seen that Mahesh was summoned to the court, English came to the witness box and complained about Mahesh, isn't it? And also he ill-treated her. So we saw everything in the part 1. So let's continue this story in this video. So let's see who is going to complain about Mahesh next. Brought to book. Mr. Geography stood up shakily and went to the witness box. So who is coming next? Mr. Geography. He's a man. Okay. Geography. And the subject next வருது to complain about Mahesh. He was in a worse condition than Miss English. He was looking worse than Miss English. English விட ரொம்ப மோசமா இருக்குது Mr. Geography. He had no cover. The contents, a page was hanging in on its last threads, but the worst part were the maps. Okay, so he was looking very dull. He was looking very worst than English. His content page was hanging in its last thread. அந்த content page இருக்குல்ல அது வந்து லாஸ்ட் அந்த நூல்ல தொங்கிட்டு இருக்கு. But worst part were the maps. Maps were very worst part of the Mr. Geography. They had been filled in mercilessly with all the colors in the paint box. Okay, so Mahesh has used all the colors, all the pencil colors to draw in the maps. Okay, he to paint in the maps. So he has used a lot of colors, isn't it? So if you use a lot of colors, how it will be looking like? It will be looking very bad. So Mahesh has used all the colors to draw in the maps. Yes, prompted just mathematics. Okay, இன்னும் மேல சொல்லுங்க அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு just கேக்குது. My story is quite similar to Miss English, Mr. Geography said in a broken voice. All my fellow brothers laugh at me whenever Mahesh pulls me out of his bag. Sir, my story is also like Miss English. Okay, who says, Geography says in a broken voice. My fellow brothers, fellow brother means other subject books. They are laughing at me. They are laughing at Geography. He says they are laughing at me because Mahesh, when he pulls me out of his bag, okay, all my fellow brothers are laughing at me, mocking at me, கிண்டல் பண்றாங்க எல்லாரும் என்ன பார்த்து. Who says? Mr. Geography. I especially envy my brother who belongs to Shobita. She has not only covered him neatly, her handling is so gentle that he always looks as if he has just stepped out of the bookseller's shop. And he added, she fills in her maps with a pencil. Okay, so the English, Geography says that, sir, I have a friend, I have a brother with Shobita. Shobita is a girl. Okay, actually, she's a girl. She's a girl. She studies in the same class with Mahesh. He says that my friend with my friend with Jobita, she's taking care of my friend. Care, she's taking care of my friend Geography in a very neat manner. Okay, she's taking care of him gently. Okay, you just go and look at him. He has been covered with a proper brown sheet. But look at me, how I'm looking like because of Mahesh. But Shobita is taking care of her books very properly and neatly. But Mahesh is not doing like that. Who is complaining like this? Mr. Geography. Her handling is so gentle that he always looks up. Okay, Shobita is her gentle. Her handling gentle is so beautiful because she's handling them properly. Okay, so her book is like just now it is stepped out of the bookshops. இப்பதான் அவருடைய புக்கை பார்க்கும்போது இப்பதான் புக் ஷாப்ல இருந்து வெளியே வந்த மாதிரி அவ்வளவு அழகா இருக்கு. And she fills in her maps with a pencil. She never uses any color pencils. Instead, she uses only pencil to draw to point in the maps. But look at me here. Mahesh has used a lot of colors. There is color everywhere around me. So the book is complaining about him. And so it went on with all the books, copies, a pencil box, and even the school bags complaining about Magesh's negligence. They looked battered and the worse of wear. Justice Mathematics' face became dark when he heard that Mahesh tore off the pages from the copies to make paper planes. Mahesh withered under his murderous look. So not only this, and also all his books, all his copies, all his pencils, everything started complaining about Mahesh negligence. அவன் இதை பற்றில அது கண்டுக்கிறதே கிடையாது. He doesn't care about his belongings. He doesn't care about his study materials. So because of that, all the thing complaining about Mahesh, they looked battered and they worse than wear. When we look at all his belongings, all his such study materials, they are looking, worse condition. They are in worse condition. Just his mathematics face became dark when he heard that Mahesh tore off the pages from the copies to make paper planes. When mathematics justice, that justice mathematics heard that, he used the papers of the books to make paper planes. ஓகே, அவருடைய புக் என்ன பண்ணுவாராம், கிழிச்சிட்டு அதை அந்த அந்த பேப்பரை வச்சு அவர் வந்து பேப்பர் பெயிண்ட் பண்ணுவார். இதை கேட்ட உடனே ஜஸ்டிஸ் மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸ் became so angry, so furious at Mahesh. Mahesh withered at his murderous look. When he's hearing these complaints about Mahesh, he was completely withered. Okay, murderous look, எல்லாரையும் முறைச்சு பார்க்கறாங்க, அப்படி கொலை பண்ற மாதிரி பார்க்கறாங்க. That is called a murderous look. Mr. Pencil Box complained that Mahesh never cleaned it. As a matter of fact, he had covered the court floor with pencils shavings. Shavings the moment he had stood up as a withered and accidentally opened himself. This was not all. Okay, who is coming next is Mr. Pencil Box. He is coming to the witness box to say about his condition, about Mahesh. When he was coming, when Mr. Pencil was coming into the witness box, suddenly what happened is the box was opened. The box was opened, and all the pencil savings fill all over the courtyard, all over the court place. ஆக்சிடென்ட்லி ஓப்பன் ஹிம்செல்ஃப். அதனால திடீர்னு ஓப்பன் ஆயிடுச்சு. உள்ள இருந்த எல்லா பென்சில்ஸ் துகள்கள் எல்லாமே சிதறி போயிடுச்சு. Mahesh cheeved him whenever he got stuck for an answer. When this happens, he was completely shocked and he was stuck. He pointed at Pock's wounded body for everyone to see. Okay, so Mr. Pencil is pointing at Mahesh. He's the reason that I'm looking like this. Who says? Mr. Pencil. The elderly and ponderous Mr. Schoolbag lumbered to the witness box with the brown straps and buckles dragging behind him. So who is coming next is Mr. Schoolbag. Mr. Schoolbag is coming next to complain about Mahesh to the witness box. Okay, when he was coming into the witness box, he was dragging himself. All his parts were broken. All his parts were broken. ஸ்ட்ராப்ஸ் பக்கிள்ஸ் எல்லாமே அருந்து கிழிஞ்சு தொங்கிட்டு இருக்கு. பேக் எல்லாமே அது என்ன பண்ணுது, அது தேய்ச்சிக்கிட்டு அந்த டிராகிங் மீன்ஸ் வாட், அப்படியே அது தேய்ச்சிக்கிட்டே வந்து விட்னஸ் பாக்ஸ்குள்ளே வருது. I might as well be a sack of cement, he began in a grave voice, as that is how I am treated. That is how I am treated. I might as well be a sack of cement. Who says? Mr. Bag. மிஸ்டர் ஸ்கூல் பேக் சேஸ் தட், நான் இவன் கூட இருக்கிறது பதிலாக நான் வந்து ஒரு சிமெண்ட் பேக்காக இருந்துட்டு போயிடுவேன். பிகாஸ் மகேஷ் இஸ் நாட் டேக்கிங் மீ ப்ராப்பர்லி, ஹீ இஸ் நாட் டேக்கிங் கேர் ஆஃப் மீ ப்ராப்பர்லி. ஹீ சேஸ் இன் கிரே வாய்ஸ், அப்படியே சோகமாக துக்கமாக சொல்லுது. தட் இஸ் ஹவ் ஐ எம் ட்ரீட்டட். அப்படி தான் நம்ம ட்ரீட் பண்ணியிருக்கான். மகேஷ் நெவர் பேக்ஸ் மீ த நைட் பிஃபோர் ஆல் த சென்சிபிள் சில்ட்ரன் டூ, பட் லீவ்ஸ் இட் till the every last moment. Actually, if you see other children, they will be taking care of their books before going to the school on the before time, isn't it? So, but Mahesh is not doing like that. When he goes to the school at the time only, he takes all his books and he puffed everything inside his book, inside his bag. He doesn't do anything pre-planned. He doesn't do anything previously, but leaves it till the every end moment, and then naturally there isn't any time to do anything but scram everything in anyhow, with a result neither my friends inside nor I am happy. I'm happy. Okay, so when he's doing like this, my friends are not happy, even I'm not happy, because at the last moment only he's gathering all the books and he stuffed everything inside the book and he doesn't care about anything else. Who says? All the things are complaining about him, especially here the school bag. Your Honor, piped a small voice, I also want to say something. Justice Mathematics looked carefully and found that the voice belonged to a small notebook, much in the same condition as others. When they are talking like this, suddenly Mathematics Justice heard some voice. Your Honor, யாரோ கூப்பிட்ற மாதிரி சவுண்டு கேட்குது. பைப்டு ஸ்மால் வாய்ஸ், அப்படியே பைப்லேருந்து வர மாதிரி சின்ன ஸ்மால் சவுண்டில் கேட்குது. ஐ ஆல்சோ வாண்ட் டு சே சம்திங். ஹூ சேஸ்? ஜஸ்டிஸ் மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸ் லுக்டு carefully and found that it was a voice belonged to a small notebook. Who is coming next? A small notebook is coming next to complain about Mahesh to the witness box. And he says that எனக்கு நானும் உங்ககிட்ட ஒன்று சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுது. அது பார்க்கறதுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கு? அதுவும் மத்தவங்கள மாதிரியே கிழிஞ்சு தொங்கிட்டு இருக்கு. All right, he nodded. Please come to the witness box. The Justice Mathematics is asking the notebook. Okay, all right, just come to the witness box and say your problem and tell me what had happened to you. உன்ட்ட என்ன நடந்துச்சோ சொல்லுங்க அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு கூப்பிடுது. The master notebook got hold over himself and continued. It started a few weeks back. Mahesh was solving some problems in mathematics. One of them was tougher than others, and he failed to solve it. Can you imagine how he vented his anger? Well, he threw me against the wall. So, கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு முன்னாடி, a few weeks back, when he was doing his maths, he was confused a little bit. When he was doing maths, and it was tougher. The max was tougher. One of the max was tougher, and he failed to solve it. அவருக்கு அந்த மேக்ஸை சால்வ் பண்ண முடியல. could you imagine how he vented his anger? உங்களுக்கு இமேஜின் பண்ண முடியுதா அந்த கோவத்தை எப்படி வெளிப்படுத்தியிருப்பான்னு? எஸ், he threw me against the wall. என்னை தூக்கி செவுளுத்துல அடிச்சிட்டான். He threw me against the wall. Look at me how I am look at me how I am looking like how I am looking now. பாருங்க நான் இப்போ எப்படி இருக்கிறேன் பாருங்க. Whenever he gets anger, I am the only one he throws against the wall. அவனுக்கு எப்பலாம் கோவம் வருதுன்னு என்ன தூக்கி செவுத்துல அடிக்கிறான் அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு the notebook is complaining about him. A shock wave ran to the courtroom and everybody started talking at once. Justice Mathematics went red with anger as he banged the hammer loudly, and you could see that he was wishing that the table were Mahesh. When Mathematics hears this complaint about all the belongings, all the book from all the study materials, he was completely furious. He was completely furious and angry at Mahesh. He started rapping the hammer on the table like it was Mahesh. மகேஷ் மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவ்வளோ கோவத்தில் அந்த சுத்தியில பெஞ்சில் அடிக்கிறார் வேகமா. Mahesh meanwhile started at his books. Was he really that cruel? He felt really ashamed of himself. He thinks that, am I that much cruel? Who thinks like that? Mr. Mahesh. I intensely dislike such children who do not take proper care of their books, Justice Mathematics said in a serious voice, all the while eyeing Mahesh sternly. Okay, so when they are complaining about Mahesh, the Justice Mathematics says that actually I dislike children who do not take care of their books properly. Who says like that? Justice Mathematics. எனக்கு இந்த மாதிரி புக்ஸை பார்த்துக்காத பசங்க எனக்கு அவ கூட பிடிக்காது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஜஸ்டிஸ் மேத்தமெட்டிக்ஸ் சொல்கிறாரு. இன் ஏ சீரியஸ் வாய்ஸ், ரொம்ப கோவத்தில் ரொம்ப சீரியஸான பேசுகிறார். while he is looking at Mahesh, கோவத்தோட மகேஷையும் பார்த்து பேசுகிறார். Okay, so let's continue this story in the next video.